Well, welcome to my daily video. Hopefully it is still on horizontal. I'm trying to play around with my phone a little to make sure it works. Anyway, instead I'm doing things a little different today. I'm going to actually tell you the final part of my story right now. And you can't see me very well, can you? Anyway, I wanted to just finish up with my story today, and we're not even going to have reflection time. It's just going to be me sharing my story right now. And so, if you can't tell, I wonder what would happen if I turn my phone the other way. I am trying to make sure that we're set for for worship today. So, those who are watching, if I am not horizontal right now, and if the screen is messed up, please let me know. Because I want to make sure that I have everything set for today in regards to service. But as I can tell, it is pretty good. So it looks like I'm horizontal and there's no issues, right? So I've shared this week just parts of my story. There's still a lot to be said, but I know this, that so much of what I was taught as a kid, growing up in a more conservative, more fundamentalist, more toxic theology, so to speak. Well, no, it was toxic. So much of that I have to unlearn. And I feel like that's kind of what I still am unlearning a lot of what I was taught. And it's a hard road. It's not always easy. But I will do that for the rest of my life. I don't just, I learned a lot of toxic things growing up, and one of the most toxic truths that I was told, maybe even indirectly, was that there was something wrong with me. And that was a very toxic thing to learn when you're a kid. And so I am so grateful that I found the United Church of Christ, that I found God even. I found the powerful love of God as found in Jesus. And I found out there was nothing wrong with me then, and there's nothing wrong with me now. Obviously, I may have, I may not always be the best version of myself, but there's nothing inherently wrong with me. God loves me, and God loved me back then, and God loves me now. And that's an important truth to hold on to, at least for me. And I do hope that if any of you are struggling, and just feeling like there's something wrong with you, feeling like you have to try to be someone else, just know that if you ever want to find a church that welcomes all, David's United Church of Christ is a good church. I know we're not meeting face-to-face, but you can always check out our Facebook page and watch our live services every Sunday. But speaking of David's, I did want to just kind of end today on my call to David's. I kind of touched on it briefly yesterday. But what I want to just share is that my whole ordination process was such a amazing experience. And side note, this has nothing to do with my story, but you'll see I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. When I bought these, I bought a bunch of shirts to wear when Janelle and I went to Hawaii last year. And Janelle was like, well, you're never going to wear those shirts ever again. Why'd you buy them? So you know what? I'm going to wear them. I'm wearing one right now. And they're very cool. Anyway, back in 2014, I got the call to be at David's. And I'm at David's right now, obviously, because we're going to have church soon. And it was one of the most, because at first I came and talked to someone here about being the associate here after I went through schooling and after when I was almost done with seminary. And I initially said, no, I don't want to serve here. I want to have my own church. But I'm so grateful I said yes to this call. Because there is absolutely, right now, as of right now, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. And I do feel a sense of call being here at this church. I still remember the first day I came, back in May 2000, right before I started officially in September 2014 here. And I remember just that feeling like this is where I belong, all of me. And that was back in 2014. It was kind of a whirlwind because when I started here, I'm in the sanctuary right now. When I started here, the other pastor, because I started as an associate, the other pastor was sick, and I kind of had to lead the show for a while. And it was, as I say, it was like baptism under fire. And so there was a lot of stuff that happened in that first year, and some of it it went by in a weird way. And I don't remember how I got through it sometimes. It was it was because of the support of everyone here at church. But overall though, it was a tough year, but overall I really feel very positive, and I feel like I'm doing exactly what I should be doing right now. And I'm exactly where I need to be. And I'll admit, down the line, I do desire to not be an associate anymore. But as of right now, though, I am happy where I'm at. I feel like this is a good spot to be in. And, whoa, can you see Jesus? That was a big attraction that stained glass is a big attraction for many people. And here's our pulpit. So I was very grateful to get the call here at David's, and I'm grateful still. Because this is an amazing church, I will say that. It's an amazing church filled with people who are passionate about making a difference in our world. And they do so in so many different ways. And not just, I'm so proud that we're open and affirming, but we're also a church that is actively just going out into our community. Even now, during a pandemic, we're feeding men at the Gateway Men's Shelter every month. We're still able to do that. Some of our women are still making quilts and hats and scarves, and there's just so many ways that as a church we are still striving to do what we're supposed to do and to live out our mission. And it's been a journey. I've been here since 2014, so in September I will have been here 6 years. And it's hard to believe that I've been here as long as I have, right? 6 years? Yeah, I had to do the math for a second. And it's been a journey. I've been able to do I've had amazing ministry opportunities here. I've gotten to travel a lot. I've gotten to have more even of a presence in the overall wider church even. I got to spend a year being our association moderator. And that meant I got to lead association meetings. And so it's been a lot. And I've gotten to have so much more experience. And not just here at the church, but I was involved in a program called Kettering Leadership Academy, where I got to learn more about our community here. But also one of my favorite things that I've been involved with for about 5 years almost is NGLI, which stands for Next Generation Leadership Initiative. And that's a leadership program that's sponsored by the United Church of Christ Pension Board. And that has been a fantastic experience because it's a 10-year leadership program. And I'm halfway done. And I've gotten to meet some amazing pastors, and we have a cohort, which is made up of 15, I believe, 15 of us, and the 15 of us have grown close. We're like family. And so those are things that have happened in the background since I've been at David's. But just being here at David's, getting to preach from a pulpit, it's an amazing thing. And I'm just very grateful. Things did get better for me. There was a whole campaign in the LGBT community of things will get better. And they did. And I'm very grateful. I say that a lot, but I am grateful for the time that I have here at David's. It is an amazing place to serve. And I feel honored that I get to serve alongside Pastor Brian here at David's. And I am grateful that we've had the opportunity to serve during a pandemic together. It's been a different time of being the church, but I think in many ways that this pandemic has opened our eyes to see how much we do benefit from technology, because we've had some people that want us to continue the Facebook live streaming, and that's great. So it's been an amazing journey, my friends, and I'm looking forward to what all lies ahead still for me. But being at David's is definitely, this is my first official call. I remember when I was officially, like, not sworn in, that's not the right word at all. What was it called? Sorry, it's early. But I just remember the warm welcome I got at David's when I started here, and the warm welcome I continue to have. I got married 2 years ago, and I just remember they threw Janelle and I a little wedding shower, and it was great. This is a great church. And so I close with, I wanted to just end with that. And I just wanted to point out, that all of us have stories. All of us have stories of our life. And I want us to remember to be grateful for it all. There's a great quote from Hamilton, one of the songs, "Look around, it's a great time to be alive." And it is. As hard as it is to sometimes believe that, because we're in a pandemic. But we have an opportunity to spread as much love as we can while we are still breathing, while we are still alive. And we can continue to do what we can to make this world a better place. And one of my goals in life is, to help others not have the same kind of church experience that I had. If some people may, but if they have, I can reach out to them. But my passion, so much of my ministry is driven by the fact that I want everyone to feel loved for who they are, inside and out. I want everyone to know that there's nothing wrong with them, that they are God's beloved just as they are. They don't have to change. They don't have to be someone they're not. Because, my God, I spent so many excruciatingly heartbreaking years trying to be someone I wasn't. And it was all very internal struggle, but it was heartbreaking. And I so desperately I desperately do not want to see others have that kind of experience. And I just want people to know that they're loved, and just as they are. I said that already, but so anyway, I am leading service this morning, so I wanted to just kind of close. But David's is where I'm at right now, my first pastoral call. And my leadership skills have grown substantially in the 6 years I've been here. I've gotten my voice. I feel like I'm continuing to do that, and I'm continuing to learn. Learning is a lifetime process. But for the years I've been here, I feel like I definitely have grown in my skills, and I'm grateful for all those who have helped me along the way. And so I'm proud to be the associate pastor here at David's United Church of Christ. This is where my journey, my story has led me. And so for my story, I am grateful for every single chapter, even the heartbreaking chapters, because all those chapters led to, I just think they all kind of work together for me to be who I am today. And I didn't talk too much about Janelle, but this was a lot about my spiritual journey more. But Janelle is a big part of my life, obviously. We met in September 2008. Yes, I had to think. And so we're coming up on our 2008 12-year anniversary in September. Is that right? I can't do math this morning. So we've been together a long time, and I point that out because I just remember, I said this in one of my other stories, that the pastor at my church where I grew up, when he took me in his office and pretty much kicked me out of the Sunday school class for being gay, and when he told me it's impossible for gays and lesbians to have committed relationships, and I wish I could tell him how long Janelle and I have been together, and just prove him wrong, but I won't. But I do want to just say, yeah. So I'm thankful for Janelle, and I love you, Janelle. So as I said in my wedding vows, when we got married 2 years ago, I said that I feel like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. And with her, I'm loving exactly who I'm meant to love. So my hope and my prayer is that all of you feel that kind of love and find that kind of purpose even in life. Because I feel like I've found my purpose. I've found my calling. I know that without a doubt. Being a pastor is what I was created for. And maybe I knew that even as a kid, because I've always been kind of the person I don't know, I was always kind of a pastoral presence as a kid growing up. But that's a topic for another day, because I was always like helping people and things. But anyway, God bless you. And that's my story. That concludes my story. Thank you so much for all of you who watched all the parts. Thank you. And I hope my story reaches some of you. And just remember, I believe 100,000% that there is nothing wrong with us, right? There's nothing wrong with me. I hold on to the fact that every single one of us is God's beloved. We are loved. Hold that truth, because that saved my life. It changed my life to have that truth. God bless you and have a wonderful Sunday.